Well, hey guys, it's Dr. Drake 63 here, and no, you're not looking at a firearm today, and you're not looking at the workshop. You're looking at a freezer. This one happens to be full of all sorts of venison, steaks, chops, sausages. You see a lot of ground down there. You see brats. Okay. Some beef sticks, you name it. Here's some nice tenderloin. This is a result of some home processing that we did this year, which I think there might be one package in here. This right here is some leftover from last year, some brats, some smoked brats, but everything else in this freezer is full of meat that we processed this year. And I want to talk just briefly today about why I think if you have the time and you enjoy this kind of thing, that processing your own venison is the way to go. Stay tuned. We, starting last year, were told we were not able to bring whole carcasses back into our state, so we had to start skinning these things and quartering them, taking the back strap off, and I figured, what the heck, what am I doing? I probably need to start just doing the work myself and saving the money, because having a deer processed at a butcher is not cheap. Usually, if you have sausage made and things like that, you could be looking at upwards of $150 a deer. So this year we decided we were going to do that work at home, and it was a little bit of a learning process. I unfortunately didn't videotape the whole process to show you, just because I had my hands full, and maybe we'll do that next year. But you can see we bought a pretty decent quality processor. This is a grinder that also makes sausage. And this worked great for us. And this year, my wife and I processed 4 deer. And out of that, we were able to get something in the neighborhood of 55, 60 pounds of ground. We were able to get 15 pounds of backstrap. Here you see this is pork shoulder that we used, ground that up, and then mixed that in with the venison, kind of 2 parts venison, 1 part pork, to give our sausage some fat. Otherwise, it'd just be way too dry. But anyway, we had quite the yield this year. I think something like 50-something pounds of venison, 20 pounds of beef jerky snack sticks, not the dry jerky kind, and then quite a few steaks as well. So all told, 4 deer yielded somewhere around 150, 160 pounds of meat, which isn't bad. Mule deer are pretty good size, so that always helps. And what you're looking at there is just one of the quarters, and we also cut meat off the ribs and things of that nature. But what you see here is what this process looks like in the kitchen. You can do the math. If we shot 4 deer, then we had 16 of those quarters to process, plus the back strap, which we cut off ahead of time. Basically, chronic wasting disease is something that is starting to spread in the northern states, and so a lot of states won't allow you to bring venison in from other states. Specifically, you can't bring in either the spinal cord or the head. So here you see the process. First, we're boning this meat, and then we do a first grind on it, and that's kind of a bigger grind. That stuff is going to go into bags immediately, and we use that primarily for chili. What you're looking at here is about half our sausage yield. That's both breakfast sausage as well as some brats. We also had some bulk sausage. So basically, get yourself some good reading material, something like this, to learn how to do it. This is something we're going to dive more into next year with our own seasonings, natural casings, and so forth. But I'll share that with you as you go along. But I'm very encouraged about how easy this was. And I would certainly encourage you, if you're a hands-on type person, if you're not currently processing your own deer, give it a try. Wife's made me promise to include some recipes on venison dishes coming up. We're going to make some videos together, and I hope you like those. Appreciate you watching this today. This is Dr. Drake 63 saying thanks for watching.